Hey everyone, we have an awesome live stream for you today. Not only because we've got the awesome Naomi with us, who's going to give herself an intro in a moment, but also Naomi is wearing GitHub virtual hoodie, which I absolutely love, which is amazing. Mine is over there, but it's a bit warm to put it on. We are going to be rewriting EddieBot. I'm going to double check the features while Naomi's setting it all up and coding. But we're going to get you all lots of green squares today because there's so many open source contributions that you all can get involved in. So we're going to be doing, is it TypeScript, Naomi, or JavaScript?
TypeScript. I rarely do anything in JavaScript anymore.
So we're going to be doing TypeScript on Node. It's going to be, we've already got the GitHub repo. We've already got it deployed to Kubernetes cluster from before. So we might need to make some tweaks. This is where all your help will come in. And then we're going to be adding features. We want your ideas. And then we're going to add it to, obviously, the EddieHub Discord, also Naomi's test Discord as well, to make sure it can be used in other servers too. And then we're going to shout about it on socials and see if anyone else wants to use it. Because I know I've had lots of DMs of people wanting to use EddieBot to have the inclusive language. So thank you all so much for joining. Let's do intro. So Naomi, please give yourself an awesome intro because you do so many things. You write so many Discord bots. You work at Free Code Camp. You moderate the EddieHub community as well as many other communities as well. So please give yourself an intro.
Hello, everyone. I'm Naomi. You've probably seen me around the Discord or the GitHub. I'm NH Kerrigan on the GitHub. I am a developer for Free Code Camp, a developer for Rhythm, the community manager for TweetShift's SEMA and the 4C community. And also I created Beccaleria, the Discord bot that welcomes you when you join the EddieHub Discord, which if you haven't already, you totally should.
Exactly. Link in the description below to join our community. And I want to share some of Naomi's links as well. And yes, Naomi, your Becca bot is used in, last time I spoke to you, well, I speak to you every day, but last time I asked you, it was used at 150 servers. It must be a little bit more than that by now. That's amazing to have a bot that's used in so many Discord servers.
We are at 170 now.
So that is amazing. I actually have a question for you. When you deploy or merge in a pull request from yours or someone else's, do you get a bit nervous if it breaks? It's going to not work on 170 servers?
No, because I don't do automatic deployment.
Okay.
And the reason I don't do automatic deployment is, I have tooling on the repository like Renovate, which keeps the dependencies up to date. And while that, I don't have a whole lot of tests, but I have TypeScript run the build step. That's a lot of noise, and that would trigger a lot of deployments. So I deploy manually, specifically on Sundays, right around 8 a.m. Pacific, so that users are aware that can rely on a deployment happening around that time, because there are a lot of features that rely on the cache, like the poll command and the schedule command. And when you do a deployment, the cache is busted, and any of those commands that are in process stop working.
I see. Interesting. Okay. I don't think we'll have challenges like that because at the moment we probably won't have any commands. So just to let everyone know, the feature we're going to build is it's going to check the message, and it's going to see if any non-inclusive words are used and make some suggestions to use the inclusive word.
How long did we schedule this for? Because if we've got 2 hours, we will probably have commands.
Sounds great. Naomi, if any of you have seen Naomi code on one of my live streams or anywhere else, you'll see she's really fast. So let's see how it goes. I know we're going to get something deployed, and I know we're going to get something working. And what commands are you thinking of? What do we have? Like set the config and stuff like that?
We'll need it. Wow. Basically, it's going to be a single command called config, and we'll add 2 subcommands. We'll add an add command to add words to the deny list, and a remove command to remove words from the deny list, and then probably a view command to allow users to view their customizations in their server.
And probably a reset to our recommendations. So maybe the config file could be like the what we recommend as default or something like that.
Yeah, we'll have to have a play with that. I guess what I haven't thought about is I know, for example, Alex.js flags master-slave terminology, and some programming servers don't want that because they still use master for their default branch. You shouldn't. You should change it to main. All new repos default to main. and it's like a 2-second fix. So if you haven't done that, you should totally do that. But yeah, we might want to wait for people to allow words as well. We'll see.
Sure. Okay, let's get going. Just a big shout out. Oh, I left mine on the screen. I meant to let everyone else. Thanks all for joining us. Let's get some shout outs to people we have. So Yasin was first today. Yasin, you were super fast. I think you joined like 30 minutes early. So thank you so much. Really appreciate it. We have Emma Wayne, Emma Dawson, Super Gamer, Prime Coder, Jay, Praduma, Aditya, Micheline, Carl, I think, and Sassy. I think that's everyone. So everyone, thank you so much for joining. We're going to need your help today, and we're going to be giving you away lots of open source screen squares. So virtual swag, potentially, is what I would call it. Where shall we start? So we've got a repo, which is EddieBot already. And our plan, and correct me if I'm wrong, Naomi, is we're going to do a few things in a branch, but we are going to merge as we go along, and then we can look at the deployments and hopefully get things working and being used. So we need all of your help to test it in Discord as well.
Do you have, okay, so we're going to start with Actions tab here. Do we have, we do have an automatic deployment. So what we're going to do right now is turn that off.
I did not know you could do that.
Turn off the releases.
Okay.
And I think that should be it. I think the build we want to run, yes, on pull requests, and at least check the build works. So what this means is we can now essentially merge as we go so that we can keep PRs a bit smaller in scope. Perfect. We're going to break the main branch, but because we've turned off the actions, we're not going to deploy.
Sounds good. And I didn't know you could disable actions like from the UI. So already in the first few minutes, I've learned something new.
It is so great, and I absolutely love doing that. And I turn actions off all the time. It's so helpful when I know that I'm going to be working on something, or, you know, I'll turn it off if I know I'm going to be merging a ton of PRs, and then I'll turn it back on to save runner hours, or, you know.
That's so good.
Very, very helpful. Or when an action breaks, because sometimes you update an action and it breaks, you turn it off so it's not in the way. You go fix it and turn it back on.
That's so true. Okay, that's awesome. I really didn't know that. I'm surprised I didn't. So thank you so much.
So we are going to start from the very beginning here, and we are going to clone the repository because I like to show things, you know, from start to finish as much as possible. And we need a EddieHub directory, cd into EddieHub, and git clone that as EddieBot because I like things lowercase. And cd EddieBot. We're going to git check out the feat click rewrite. We're doing small branches, so let's do feat clean slate. Delete everything, most everything. Okay, so we are going to probably end up breaking some tests. Maybe we'll see. Actually, those are Next.js tests, so we're going to delete all of it. We are going to clear out all of that. And we are going to change this to console log work in progress. I probably end up tweaking those. We're not using Nest, so we will clear that. Package.json, remap dist, build, format, start is going to be node r.env config prod main.js.
Naomi, I'm looking for your, I'll probably just share your GitHub. I think all your links will be on there, right?
Yes, I think some of my links are on there. I need to, what I really should do, and what you all should do if you haven't already, is link free. I've got a very bare bones profile over there. I need to add all of my links. And update
reshare.
my link server to automatically build a landing page too, I think. And we can leave the test. And we don't need Nest.js. We need Alex. We don't need that or that. Oh, we need Discord.js. Let's see. They are version. Let's go look.
We've also got some requests when you get a moment, Naomi. I think you got transparency on your VS Code. People saying it's hard to read. Thanks.
Extensions. Glassit, disable, reload.
And everyone, I've shared Naomi's link-free profile in the chat, so you can go and follow her links, join, follow on GitHub, join her Discord, etc. Hopefully, it's got something there. Any questions, let us know. And also, don't forget to add your link-free profile to the project. You'll get some green squares from that as well. I think there's a link in the description below to Naomi's GitHub too.
Okay, no more transparency.
Okay, cool.
Discord.js, we are bumping to 13.8.0.
Okay, quite a big jump. Nice.
I don't think we need that. We don't need RxJS. We will keep rimraf.
What's rimraf? I don't remember that one.
Rimraf is a package that runs RMRF, but works on any operating system because Windows doesn't have RMRF.
That's true.
We want commitment. We don't need Nest.js. We don't need Types Cache Manager. We don't need Types Express. We don't need. We'll leave Jest. I don't know what super test is, but we will leave that.
A super test is like to spin up your mock out your server, I think, and so forth. I think if you're not going to use anything, maybe remove it and we can add them as we need to. So even with
Jest.
Anything you're not using, I think remove.
By super test. We will leave ESLint. Goodbye supertest, TS. I never use TS node.
Okay.
Don't use TS paths. Typescript we will update to, I think it's 4.7.3 now. Yes, 4.7.3. Perfect. Grab our latest version of Typescript. We don't need Jest. And remove our trailing comma. And
it's a private true. No. That's probably pretty old. You can leave that. I'm joking.
That is for if you were to publish this on NPM.
Okay.
Which we won't because it's not a package. Okay, what is it? It's angry. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's angry about one more. There it is. All right. We're going to leave Gitpod alone. We will leave Docker alone. All of those will probably get mad. And we're going to totally change that.
I wonder if Gitpod will get mad and how Docker will have to have a look and see later on.
nhcarrier.com/notes. Typescript config. Okay, so we will start with this. Refactor. Way around refactor. Clear existing code. Which do origin feet clean slate. Let's go make our first destructive PR.
Let's do it. Sometimes you need to break a few eggs to what's the expression? Break a few eggs to make a cake or something.
Sure, it follows the cold style. Yes, it will need changes to documentation. Tests are passing because I deleted them. I didn't plagiarize anything, and the title is a short. The deploy and release actions have been disabled on the repository, so this should not trigger a deployment.
Fingers crossed.
Break
Fingers crossed.
Edibot. I hope.
Let's have a look.
Oh, yes, and of course it's going to fail all of the tests.
That's fine. That is not a problem. Are you going to add more to this pull request anyway in a moment? So
actually, yes, we need to do an install to sync our package lock.
Anyone in the chat, let me know if you've built a Discord bot before and if you use TypeScript. So I noticed as soon as you mentioned TypeScript, like half the people left. I don't know why people get so scared of TypeScript. You can actually just write JavaScript. You don't get the benefits of TypeScript. You might get a few because I think the types are inferred. But yeah, don't be scared of TypeScript. It is very, very similar to JavaScript with some extra nice bells and whistles. And any questions you can ask us in the chat.
I'll be honest, working with the Discord API, I would not want to do it without TypeScript.
But I guess now it's all typed, whereas I think before, back in the day, with the older versions of Discord.js, it wasn't. So there wasn't a huge benefit to that before, apart from our own code. But if it's got types now, that's great.
Okay, there we go. Sync the package lock. So this one we will probably want to merge as is, so that, because this is the PR that just takes all the old stuff out, and then we can start building the new stuff.
Yeah, so therefore there'll be a new PR with what do you call it? Just the other changes. It's easier to see, so that makes sense. Okay, who's gonna approve it? Look, I'm going to merge it now. Let's have a look.
I can't approve it, or I would.
No worries. Clear existing code. It's failing, but we know it's going to fail from those, so that's fine. I'll drop in an approve, and then we can get started. So,
oh, why did we not squash and merge? Okay.
Yeah, we'll squash and merge, right?
Yeah, we'll want to squash and merge probably all of my PRs because I do small commits.
Sure. Yeah, that's done. So you should be. Are you able to merge it now?
Yes, I have admin perms. I think I could have merged it regardless.
Okay. No worries. Right. You got me some stats by approving it. So thank you.
And let's go.
While you're doing that,
build, label, test, build. Okay, we're not deploying. We're not releasing. We're good.
Yes, good. So great question from Manuel. If you know JavaScript, it's easy to transition to a TypeScript. And Emma has said, if you have good knowledge of JavaScript, you can learn TypeScript within a week or two. So yeah, I agree with Emma. It's once you know JavaScript, you don't even have to know all of it, but once you kind of got basic understanding, because you can actually use in your TS files, your TypeScript files, you can actually just use plain JavaScript. So get started and start transitioning over more and more as you do it. So definitely get involved in a TypeScript project because it's a great way to learn. Get involved in this project. We're going to have some green squares for you all soon. Let me share the repo link as well.
Okay, so I pulled down the changes to main, created a new branch, and we are going to start building some codes. We're going to start in main with async, make it an IIFE, and we are going to do const bot equals new client, import from Discord.js, and we are going to do await bot login env, and we have a Discord token. Yes, Discord token. Okay, and then we get mad because we need to pass intents. So we are going to go to new folder. We are going to go to config. We're going to make a file intent options.ts, export const intent options as intent string array equals, we want guild messages. I don't think message content is a thing yet. Let me look. Message. Okay. So we we, I think, just need those. Oh, that's right. You like single quotes. That's going to throw me off all day.
I don't mind. You got to update the config. For me, I just like it consistent within a project. So I honestly, I don't mind. We can change the config, and it can be. I like to keep things vanilla. So I think when we were using Nest.js, it recommended single. So I like to go with the recommendations and to just keep things consistent. So
I will leave it so that it's consistent with the rest of the EddieHub projects.
Okay.
Okay, and so we pass in intents as intent options.
Yeah, Naomi's fast, not only typing. I think I can type quite fast. I just don't know what to type. Yeah, definitely Naomi knows what to type and knows it well. Question from Emma. Is this all available in the Discord.js documentation?
Some of it is. So the Discord.js documentation kind of, it's the Discord.js documentation itself is designed to be, more like a, let me show Discord.js, Discord. Oh, what is it? Discord.js. I'll just Google it. So the documentation is just classes and types. So it will tell you, the guild class has these properties and these methods, and I can zoom this in a bit. And it will give you type options.
Got you.
And tell you, provide information about that. But then they have the discord.js.guide, which gives you it gives you a whole tutorial for starting your first bot with Discord.js 13. And then it gives you common topics. It gives you some other examples. And then it gives you, they have their support server as well. But I picked up, when I moved from Discord.js 12 to 13, I just followed their guide and then leveraged TypeScript. And I look at the docs at least once a week. Okay, so we have bot. Now we want bot to handle events, and we want a yes, and we will export const handle events equals bot client. I'm going to think ahead, actually. We're cheating. Interfaces. Extended client.ts, export const interface, extended client, extends client. Very creative naming there. And we are going to create a cache, which is a object where the key is a string and the value is a allow string array, deny string array. I guess Prettier is going to leave it like that. Okay. So we are going to call bot an extended client as extended client, and bot cache will be an empty object. And we'll call this extended client. Here that import. And let's do bot on the ready event. Just console log connected to Discord. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay.
Sounds good. I like it.
So that, and then we mount it. Handle events. So what that does is it will allow us to mount all of the event handlers in a separate file so that it's a little less messy.
Sounds good.
We're going to add with commit. We will call this feat initial bot infrastructure. And we'll go back to our code here, and we will clear all of those because we don't need those yet, but we need Mongo URI equals.
Yeah, I can get you the name of when we deploy it. We have that already as an environment variable in our Kubernetes cluster, so that's already already set. So you'll be able to use it. So we use the same environment variable. Let me get it for you as well.
I don't need that because I'll run it on my testing database when we test.
Perfect.
And then it should be configured in the deployment. So
Yeah.
hopefully we don't have to change anything. So we are going to install Mongoose.
I'll just check the environment variable name actually, what we use. Let me just check.
Oh yeah, we can change that name. Kubernetes.
Where do we use it? Not on Link3. We use it on the API. So let me check the API.
Okay, so
let's see what we call it there.
We're going to create a database, and we're going to add connect db export const connect db equals async connect Mongoose with process env mongo URI or no URI found. That makes TypeScript happy. That will throw an error. And we will go back to Mongo. Okay, so we don't want to use API.
So with Mongo, then we've got two. We've got API Mongo connection string, and then we've got API Mongo DB name.
You don't need to. The DB name can be in the connection string.
Yeah, but the reason why we had them separate is because different apps use the same environment variable for the string, and then if we put it in one, when we all, so for example, we deploy the API and deploy the bot, we don't want them to connect to the same database.
So if I call it API Mongo connection string, it'll pull that?
No, we've called, oh yeah, we called it, no, you're right. Don't call it API Mongo connection. We'll create a new one. No, ignore me.
Okay.
Yes, it's got API at the beginning. So we said we could rename it. No, Carl's going to kind of in the chat going, Eddie, we called it separate. So we'd need to call it Eddie bot. Yes, that's correct. I don't know why we separated it then. If they are separate per app, you're right. They could just be one.
Yeah, we're going to leave it as one because that'll keep.
I can't remember why.
That'll keep Mongoose happy.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, and so we connect that. We will mount it. Await connect db. And we are going to models server config.ts. Okay, let me see. Remember how I did this. It is export import document model schema from Mongoose export interface server config extends document, and it is, we will call it server ID string allow string as an array, deny string as an array. We will do const server config schema equals new schema, and with server ID type string required true, unique true, indexed. Nope. An atlas.
This is have you tried, by the way, Prisma? It's like the
I have heard of it. I haven't had a chance to mess with it yet.
It's pretty cool. It's got some nice new features. Yeah, it's pretty good. It does have one challenge which I don't like. You can't use the default Mongo locally because it wants some fancy like cluster features. So you have to use a different build of Mongo locally, which is a little bit annoying.
Okay, that should do the trick for us. Yes, server config as server config schema. Server ID allow deny. Perfect. Okay, so We will now git commit feed database infrastructure. Git push view origin feet initial prototype. We're going to still work on this, but head over here and everything unchecked for now. Creates the initial prototype of the button. We're going to create a draft pull request. And by creating a draft, that allows folks to start reviewing it immediately, see the progress kind of live, follow along, make comments. So I always recommend when you're working on a feature on a shared repository like this, make that draft PR so that folks are in the loop.
We actually need some issues as well. So if anyone wants some green squares, they can raise some issues. So we're going to one issue is what's going to be a major issue, like an epic, which is allow the bot to be used on other servers. And then there's going to be an issue to connect to Mongo, and there's going to be an issue to use the newer version of Discord.js, which is what do you call it? Is it intense? When you have it, so it auto completes for you in Discord and stuff like that. All the whole new style.
That's slash commands.
Slash commands. That's the one. My bad. So people start raising some issues. Mohammed, all is going okay. Naomi's doing an amazing job, and I'm learning lots as always. I'm super excited.
Okay, so we kept Alex. How are we looking on versions? Oh, we have version 10. You know what we're doing? We're breaking everything. Let's npm I Alex at 10. Let's go for it.
Let's do it. And then anyone who doesn't know, Alex.js checks for inclusive words. So if guys is used in the text being passed, it will come back and make some suggestions like folks and so forth. You've probably seen it in the GitHub Discord. So we're going to add it back into the bot, newer version, which is cool.
Okay. So we need to handle Alex. So we are going to go to our events. We are going to create onMessage.ts. I lied. We're not going to do that yet.
Okay. Question in the events folder, we can just call it anything we want. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah, I call it events because we're listening for what's called gateway events. Okay. So when our bot logs in, it connects to the gateway just like we do as Discord users. And we subscribe as a bot to specific events. So our bot right now is only listening for the ready event, which fires when the bot successfully logs into Discord. Okay. So I call the folder events because it's gateway events, and because if you say events and you have the plugin I do, you get a cute little icon.
Cool.
Two very good things. Okay, so I need to create a utils folder. We're going to create a log handler. We're just going to go steal some code.
That sounds good. Borrowing code is always good. Especially if it's your own code as well. That's like even better.
It is my own code.
Perfect.
So I can still check the box on the pull request template that says that I have not plagiarized. And we are going to npm install Winston.
So Winston is the logger, is that correct?
Yes.
Awesome.
And Prettier is going to hate me because I don't use single quotes, so we'll run that. And we want a error handler.ts and export const error handler equals async bot embed client error as unknown and context as string. And we are going to reassign error equals error as error. Typescript version 4.3, I think it might have been version 4, changed the typing of the try catch.
Okay.
From catch grabbing a Node.js error to catch grabbing unknown.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that. I haven't used TypeScript in quite a while, so I do miss it. I love TypeScript.
It's my import. So then we are going to do log handler. Log level is error. We're going to do context error message, and then we're going to do some really ugly stuff. Handler log error. Literal. Get out of here. And we are going to do stack trace : new JSON stringify stack or make it pretty. Beautiful. And then we're going to use that same logic here in a bit. And we are going to do this. We're going to go here and we are going to say we need a bug hook equals that. And actually we're going to do debug hook, and we will.
While you're thinking, Yasin has raised an issue. Allow the bot, I think guessing that's a typo without the W, to be used in additional servers. So that's the epic. So perfect. I'm just going to edit that title. So just say allow. And I want to put that as an epic, I think.
This actually, we are going to do that as. Okay, we are going to do that as just that for now. And then we are going to create a validate env ts file, and we're going to do export const validate env equals take the bot. That gets in the way sometimes. And we are going to do this. If not process env discord token, or not process env about Mongo connection string, or not process env.
What's the third one?
Bug hook. Log handler log error missing environment variables process exit throw a code. And we can do bot config, and now we have to go add a config. Config token string and db URI string and debug.
Is this
client?
Is this the suggestions coming up? Is that Copilot?
Yes, there
Nice.
is Copilot trying to help, and sometimes Copilot helps, and sometimes Copilot does not.
Yeah,
Equals
it is good. I love it though.
Token process env discord token URI process env about Mongo connection string debug hook new webhook client, and that takes this is why I use the docs.
Docs is always good.
To search for webhook client data. URL, perfect. So that's makes life easy. URL process env debug hook. and that will assign the bot's config. So if we go back to error handler and say if bot config debug hook embed equals new message embed from Discord, and we are going to. Why are you mad?
Why are you mad?
One thing I've noticed is Copilot interferes with the import dropdown.
Interesting. My imports never really autocomplete anymore. I think I've got a bit of a bug in my VS Code or something. I need to check. It doesn't auto import for me.
Embed set description. And now we get to do the beautiful stuff again. We are going to do the template string. We are going to escape 3 backticks. We are going to do a new line. We are going to do a JSON stringify. And then we are going to do another new line and another 3 backticks. And then embed add field. And error message, error message. Perfect. Okay. And then wait, this is not asynchronous, it is asynchronous. Perfect. Bot config debug hook send. And you can't do that anymore. Copilot embeds, embed.
I guess, yeah, Copilot needs to kind of learn the newer ways of doing things with different versions. And as 30s code says, Naomi codes like an OG. So Naomi, I think, we're creating a bot, but I think Naomi is also a bot. So how fast she codes and remembers things, especially with Discord bots. Naomi, you're super fast. So yeah, bots creating bots. Skynet is here.
Skynet is here. Okay.
Yes, Carl, please update the Git pod config. Thank you so much. I'd really appreciate it.
So let's do nothing there. Actually, yes, we will chain a catch. Error handler.
And if someone wants to create the issue for that, they can get a green square. And Carl can create the PR.
Okay, connect DB. We are going to update to take the bot. And so that we can.
And line 5, the environment variable, you'll need to change as well.
Oops. Catch error. Await error handler bot error base connection. And we don't need any in the handle event because everything will be modules, and we don't need any in validate env because we want to throw that error and pass the bot into there. And we need to validate env with the bot. Okay, so now we should have commit feat error handler. So essentially what this will do is allow us to create a webhook in the EddieHub Discord so that if any errors fire when someone is using our public bot, we get a notification so that we can investigate. And I use that in Becca, and 90% of the errors are people don't set up their permissions correctly, but you know.
It's good to be made aware of that, especially with us using Kubernetes. We lose the logs when the pods die or rotate. So I need to. That's one on the things I need to do. But yeah, having it in Discord will be great. Just have easy access to that. So that's awesome.
Okay, now we're going to try handling messages. So export on message equals async. Bring in the bot. And we are going to say if, and pass in the message, which will be a message object from Discord. And we are going to say if message author is a bot, return, because we don't care what bots say. We can't train them anyway. We are not doing prefixes, so now we need to run Alex. So,
Is it worth doing a test now just to make sure we get that connected?
Sure.
Or and maybe
Okay.
just put is it worth yeah, we can just see connected, so that would we'll know it's working. So
Bug hook. Okay, so cp env.example to .env. I think it's .env.example. I screwed that up.
it wouldn't be a live stream if there wasn't some mistakes.
Okay. And we are going to hide this.
Remind me what the debug hook is?
That is the hook that will allow us to send the webhook.
Yeah, got you.
All right, so let's pull up my test Discord here. And we will just throw it into testing. We will create edit channel, integrations, webhooks. I don't know what this one does, but we'll take that. We need, so we would go to discord.dev. We are going to create a new bot application. We are going to call it EddieBot Testing. We're going to give it a beautiful new icon. Let's just give it pictures, emotes, give it a cheer. Save.
With the glasses, love that.
Go to add a bot, yes. And reset token, yes. I forget that everything takes an auth code now. Let me go grab my auth code here.
That's good. Extra security.
Don't steal my auth code. Steal my auth code. It's the wrong one.
One use only. Will we have a dev script for auto reloading? Oh, great question.
Copy token. I generally avoid those because too many login calls on the Discord API will reset your token.
Ah, okay, got you. So, okay, not.
We need to go to Mongo Atlas. And hope I don't dox any clients here. We'll see. Google.
You might want to do this off screen, maybe just in case.
And we'll move that real quick.
Just
so I can switch to my make sure I'm on my development database.
Yeah, and then while you're doing that, I'll just bring us up for the moment. Actually, maybe just bring me up for the moment. So everyone, if you're having fun, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you subscribe, it's free and you can chat in the chat. Also, Naomi's links are in the description below. Go look at Naomi's amazing open source projects. Like I said earlier on, if some of you weren't here, Naomi's Discord bot is used in 170 servers, 170. Amazing. I'm going to be happy when EddieBot gets used in like 2. That means it's used in ours, EddieHub, and then one other. Okay, maybe if it's in Naomi's test server, then that's 2 disks. So maybe 3 I'd be really happy with. I just know someone else is using it, can provide some feedback to the project. It's going to be super, super exciting. Any questions, ask in the chat. We do have green squares to give away today. So as we're doing features, raise issues for them. Make sure it hasn't been raised already, but raise issues for them so that we can then close them off as and when we add the features. So there was one like, add Mongo to the bot. Just add that as an issue. Worst case, if you raise an issue that we don't want to do or is a duplicate, then we can close it. You still get the green square on your GitHub profile. Okay, I think Naomi is back.
I am. So let's give this a shot here.
Doing all the secret stuff.
Okay, so we are going to npm run build. That's why. Missed one. Package.json. This just needs to be TSC.
Carl, check out the PR branch. The scripts. You're right. The scripts are not done yet. Yes, in npm. You're absolutely right.
npm start.
Yes, these will need updating.
npm i.env. npm start. What did I
Database
get?
connection. Do you have an environment variable for that one set? Oh, you
I
you did. You did it off screen.
Let's pop that over
Do
real
it
quick.
off screen.
And we are passing. Because I changed the name. That's why. So that's the problem. So we need to go to our connect database, and we need to replace this entirely with bot config db URI. So we only have one place where we actually access the environment variable, and
Perfect.
npm run build. Rimraf needs to be updated too. npm start. Connected to Discord.
Yes.
I don't log anything when it connects to the database. I should do that. So now if we go to Discord, we should see our poor bot who isn't verified or even in the server online. So let's go ahead and close that real quick. We will go to discord.dev. We will applications, Eddybot testing, OAuth 2, URL generator with bot and application commands, and we need it to be able to read messages, send messages, embed links, attach. Doesn't need attach files. It needs manage messages, send messages in threads. Yes, we'll need that at some point. But that's really it. Okay. And just
this thing always confuses me. I know people who go and tick everything. Don't tick everything, everyone. Make sure you add the right things that you need. Because I'm guessing when people add it to their server, they'll know, yeah, exactly. They'll see what permissions. And if it's asking for administration of like the world and everything else,
run. If it asks for administration, run away.
Exactly.
Okay, so now that should be in Discord. So let's go back to Discord and let's go let the poor bot into the server, and we will give it admin role in my server. And there's your error messages that you would see.
Awesome.
npm start, and we should see connected to Discord, and would see it is now online. Hooray! It works.
Working bot. We've got hello world bot, which I think is sometimes the hello world part, getting things set up can be quite tricky.
Oh, back up.
Oh, environment example looked like it was committed, but was there something else?
That's what we want. What we need is git ignore. I don't use dist, I use prod.
Okay.
And we need to git reset prod. Status, git add. So we get the git ignore in there, git commit, fix, squash those bugs. Push those up. And now we're going to try our hand at Alex.
Let's do it. I also think you updated the script. I didn't check one sec.
All of the scripts should be done. I shouldn't need to mess with any of these.
Perfect. So Carl, I think it's ready for you to go in package JSON for, let me just check, for Gitpod. Yeah, I think build has been updated. There's format, there is start. Yeah, I think everything else looks okay.
You know what? I am going to move StreamYard onto my big screen so I can see the chat while I code. Okay. And now we have on message, and we want to import that. So we want to say bot on message create. We want to await. We need to async bot extended. Nope, not bot message. We go await handle on message bot message. Okay, so that's mounted. So now we can go to on message and we can just say it's time for Alex. So let's go look at what Alex looked like before. And we are going to, this is why I squash and merge, because then I can just go right back to this commit and browse at this commit. And source, Alex.js, module handler.
I think it'd be service maybe. Which one are you in? You're in handler. Okay.
Okay. So
don't forget also it might be updated because you got the newer version. You bumper major
yes.
version. So maybe do the kind of like the hello world Alex.js maybe from their documentation. And then we can add new features to it later on with the whole config and various other things.
You're going to create a strip characters. We're just going to go ahead and steal that because we do want that. That was a feature that we found very helpful. So we are going to create a new file, strip special characters.ts, export const strip. Return the string.
Nice. Proper return types as well. I love that.
And we go back to our on message and we will say, if there's no message content, not message content, return, because there's nothing for us to read. I'll be spiking on the Alex implementation in this PR.
So we use the one that's currently in draft at the moment.
Yes.
So therefore, Carl, you could PR to that PR if that makes sense, and we can get it merged in.
Yeah, you can PR to that branch because I'm working off the repo, not off a fork. Okay, const cleaned equals.
I think Carl has access to that repo, so you should be able to just create a branch in that repo as well. If not, let me know. I'll add you.
Here's from message content. Okay, so we clean. And we need to check it. We make a set out of it. I see, so that we remove duplicate words.
Yeah.
I don't think that's necessary. I think that's a premature optimization. My concern there being that, if I say, there are certain phrases it looks for that are 2 words. And if I say, if it looks for the phrase bad phrase, and I say, I have a phrase that's a bad phrase is going to come before bad in the set, and I don't think it would catch that. We're going to leave that out for now and see how it performs.
Yeah, no worries. We can make improvements later on.
Okay, so we need to...
Oh, yes, because you wrote the part, didn't you, Naomi, where if someone updated their message, the warning got removed and so forth. So
yes.
That
will be something that we might add later on. I've already gone for an hour. I don't know how long you want to go. We'll see.
No, absolutely. No, don't worry too much. We'll do them as much as we can. So I can go for as long as you can go, but we've got to keep that, I know you've got things to do and we don't want to put too much pressure on you. So, when you're feeling tired, time for a break, we'll take a break then. So no worries. We'll work to your...
We are going to pass the bot to this and make it async because we want our error handler in this for sure. Error handler bot error and check Alex. Yes, check content. Okay. Oh, now it's docs time. So new tab, npm.js. Alex. checks. I don't need an integration. I don't need any of that. What I need is the CLI, probably API.
Yeah.
ESM only imported. Oh, that was the issue that I was worried about. Okay.
What is this package? Is ESM only? What's ESM?
ESM is import export syntax.
Okay.
Which we write with in TypeScript, but we compile to CommonJS. And if the package doesn't support CommonJS, it'll crash.
Oh. So Houston, do we have a problem?
We will try it and see.
Fingers crossed.
Let's go back to previous versions. Let's look at 9.1.
I wonder if it was always there, but it couldn't have been. It would have.
Nope. 9.1 does not say ESM. So 10 is ESM. So watch us roll that right back.
And we'll have to check what the major feature we lose out on.
Probably ESM is the major feature that bumped that version.
Got you.
1.1. And RM package lock.json.
While that's running, we have a question from Carl. Now we just need to copy the env.example to a regular env. Do you want to do that just for Gitpod in the Gitpod config or with a regular npm script? When having it on localhost, I think it should be done manually locally because otherwise it overwrites your settings. So
it should be done manually. And if our Git pod goes to start this before the contributor can add their values to that file, it'll just crash.
Yeah, so maybe that has to be done manually, even on Gitpod as well.
Okay, so we're working on 9.1.1 and go to the API, and we will 9.1.1 typed. It is. Okay, good. We are ready to go. So let's just import Alex from Alex. See what we have. It's just a function. Beautiful. Okay. Okay. Easy. All right. So back to the API. We have check markdown. Pass the value. Pass the config. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted, was a dynamic configuration. Yes. Okay. So we're going to build a utility, and we're going to call it get alex config.ts. Export const get alex config equals async hot ended client. And server ID string. And let's go look at the config section. Allow. And
we've got config already built up. I don't know if we want to use the one we already have. Or just even leave the config out for the moment and just keep it vanilla, and we can tweak it later.
Did I probably deleted the config? Did I delete the config? I did.
Maybe. Don't worry, we can bring that over later on and be in the history on GitHub. So maybe just have the config like vanilla for now.
What I need, the config structure determines source. Prevent words, allowed words.
So prevent words were our extra add-ons on top of Alex.js. So to prevent words you can ignore, because that's something we'll have to code to use those, because they weren't blocked by Alex.js. So there are additional words. So that's kind of like an add-on to Alex.js.
Okay, so
it's the
what
bit underneath it.
it's
Allowed words.
allow.
Fellow.
So we don't have a deny. Okay. So we need to.
Because by default it denies everything, and then you can overwrite it by having the allow.
Okay, we need to go back to this. We need to go to our server config. We don't deny things.
Can we call it allow list?
I think we can.
Because then we will need
call it Alex config. This is what gets passed into Alex is allow and profanity sureness, which is a number, and yes, this, go back to this, no binary is a Boolean. And so we will go back to this and we will wipe that and we will say this is an Alex config. As type array insurance number. At that, and then we will go back to, okay, we need to go to our extended client, and we're going to update this, and we are going to call, or we're going to update cache, and we're going to say it's a key string with a value of server config. Oops, we're going to omit
third time lucky
config, and we are going to admit key of type of document and server ID. And that, oops, that should give us specifically this. So if I go to here, if bot config server ID, return bot config server ID. What is it? Not config.
Oh yeah, cache. We're just doing it.
What is that going to omit? Server config prototype server ID. Okay. Key of document, not key of type of. So go back to the interface and we'll just say key of document. We'll go back to get Alex, and this should now type as key of document and server ID. Perfect. Okay, and if
so this is if the server has a cache, then it will load it. How do we? And then later on, when we have commands, then is there a way for us to remove void the cache?
I'll show you. Okay. When if we get there.
Yeah, I'm not saying we get there now, but I'm just thinking ahead if it's possible. So if it's possible, then that's all good. Cool.
Big. Out of my way, Copilot. I don't know if your winner will get mad at that. And done. Server const config equals if config return delete. Actually, we will return equals config. Should give me the typings of this are going to be weird. I figured they'd be weird. We'll get there. Is missing the properties key of documents. Okay, so that is not. It's time to go remember how I did that. Some code.
While you're doing that, I'm going to review also Carl's PR, apparently. Really done. Let's have a look.
Discord bots. Source. Interfaces, database, activity, test activity, emit activity key of document. That's what it should be. I probably imported it wrong over here. I bet I imported it wrong in this. No, that's correct. Omit.
But document isn't imported. So it's
You're
defaulting.
Right.
It's defaulting to another document.
Good catch. Good catch. So now if
Yes,
I go back,
helped for once. Yes, I beat Emma and Carl. Yes, I beat them to it.
Let's see.
They were probably getting a drink, which is good.
Okay, we're gonna close that and reopen it and see that we're golden. And now I should get.
So that got a bit stuck.
Yeah, the IntelliSense struggles sometimes. Oh, nope, now it's mad again. What is it mad about? Alex config is missing in type.
I know people say, oh, TypeScript, it stops you from moving forward because you get these errors. Well, it's better to get these errors now and working on it than errors you running it and then you wonder why it doesn't quite work right and you're trying to debug it that way. So it's better. Fail fast is the best way to do it. Fail fast and move forward rather than delay the problem until later. So these underlines, these errors in TypeScript are great. They're telling us something is not right, which I think is really important. Yeah, Emma's laughing. Emma is so fast and so is Carl. So it's great that I beat them to it. So thank you both for taking a break just then. What was the issue?
I have to return it as the object, not just as, which is fine because I want to be able to pass the whole cache around. Okay, so if not, then for now we will const new config equals await server config. Create with server ID is server ID, so we can just destructure that. Do Alex config of profanity sureness 1, no binary, false I think is the default, and allow is an empty array. And then we will say cache server ID equals that and return that. Beautiful. That will give us a config object. And now we can go here and we need to server ID, pass that in here. And go to on message and we're going to say if message author bot, if not message content, if not message guild. Need that. Just check result equals await check content cleaned guild ID. Beautiful. All right, so now we have to. What are you mad about out there? Oh, single quotes everywhere, single quotes. Okay. So we go back to our documentation here. And we just say markdown config, and we will get messy results. So we can play with that. Const result, raw result equals wait Alex We need to const Alex config equals that. I don't need all of that. Thank you, Copilot. Get Alex config from the bot and the server ID and pass in I'm going to rename this. No, I made that asynchronous. I did. What is it mad about? String, Boolean.
It's not assignable to Alex options. So the format doesn't match its format.
So I need to go back to here and type this as 0 or 1 or 2 and optional. Actually, we're not even going to make it optional. We're going to require it. Beautiful. Thank you, Typescript.
Yes, thank you.
And that does not need an await. So we are going to get bfile.bfile and result. So now we go back to Eddie Hub's code and go take a look at how we parse that. Service check. If match, markdown, messages. File message. I love these type definitions.
Okay. File. I know it's terrible.
That. Okay, we don't have config allowed words yet, so we just look at the length for now. We'll say if raw result length and what do we want this to return? You know what this can return? This can return a message embed array. That equals that. Or const message of raw result. This won't run if the length is empty. That's going to give me the file message. Title is .actual and okay, .actual. Suggestion is note. Suggestion reason suggestion note. Okay. If
there might not be a suggestion is the only thing.
Right. So we will do.
I think that might have been because on our words we didn't have suggestions, which we might change. So I think there is always a suggestion maybe from Alex. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, we'll see what the typing is, and I minimized that, put that back. Actual. You used message dot embed set description, and we're just going to steal that right from here.
Do it. Copy and paste development is the best, and it wasn't from Stack Overflow. It was from Open Source, which is much better.
If message suggestion.
Oh. Bye, Mohammed. Get some rest. Thanks for joining.
Suggestion reason. Message suggestion. IntelliSense is working really hard over here. It says unknown. What is? Oh, is the suggestion? What is this suggestion?
What do we use? Suggestion.note.
Alex match is messages. Alex match actual. Alex match actual. Alex match for each. Oh, it's just note and reason. Okay. I see now. Message. Note. Message. Reason. Right. Note. Reason. Note. There we go. That should do the trick. Nope. Or undefined. Okay. See above.
Yeah, if it's undefined, yeah. See above doesn't seem to make sense, but it must do. We must have been the reason why we had default to that.
It formats. So let's go find Eddie Hub.
Welcome, people joining. Thanks for joining. We have Jay, Shabam,
Forgive
Bishal.
me.
Yeah.
This is why.
So because it has a note. Okay.
It doesn't have a note. So so the note would be where Alex.js has a note that further explains.
See. Got you.
Okay.
Perfect.
So go back to.
Do you do that in general? In Eddie Hub?
Of course I did. Best place to test things.
We have a test for a bot channel. We delete
it.
Delete it.
Okay, I am looking for.
Oh, easy didn't get deleted. That's a bit weird.
Code. Okay, perfect. And then embeds, push embed. We need to specify that this is a message embed array. And then we need to return embeds, or if we catch an error, return an empty array. And that should, what's your problem? Oh.
Everyone's saying hi to you, by the way. Yash says hi, and Jay as well. Welcome, everyone. Thanks
Hello,
for joining.
everyone. Great to see you all here. Okay, good. It's green. We're good. So if there are anything in the result, we'll get messages for each message. Construct an embed, shove it in the array, return an empty array on error. No matter what, we're getting an array.
Yes.
So we're going to go back to on message, and we're going to say result is now a message embed array. If not result length, return.
Rakin, thanks for joining, but you definitely need this bot. You said, guys, I'm going to bed. Definitely get some rest, but it's better to use folks, people, everyone has been waiting this bot to help in Discord. But thanks for joining the live stream, and we'll hopefully see you in Discord soon as well. Bye.
Space 0, 10. In case somebody is really bad and there's more than 10 matches, we can only send the first 10 at once. So we're just
okay. So you want to limit it. Okay. Hopefully there won't be that many in a single message. Do we need?
I certainly hope not.
Do we need that? 10 is a lot. I'm worried if there's like 1.
That is specifically in there to avoid throwing an error, because if we do happen to have 11 messages, it will throw an error and the bot will crash if we don't catch it properly.
Got you. Okay, makes sense.
On message.
People coming over from Kunal Space. That's why people are joining now. Kunal Space has been going on for quite a few hours.
I think Matt from SEMO was on that space.
Yes, I joined for like 20 minutes. They gave us an amazing shout out. So
I hope that Matt forgives me for not being there.
I'm sure he will.
Okay, if not length, return, await message channel, send, embeds, result slice. Okay. Let's give this a shot. Let's see what happens.
Let's do it. Let's go.
I'm really curious to see what the config does. See if something explodes.
No explosion, please.
Start.
It built. That means it's all perfect.
If only that were the case. No suggestion. Oh, I think I see what needs. I flipped the Boolean. All right, so let me shut it off. Let me go back to the code. And we want if message reason. Add field message note. There we go. Build.
Yes, this live stream will remain on my YouTube channel. I think YouTube might take 24 hours to render it before it reappears on my channel, but it will be there.
Nice. Easy. Simple. Hey,
Looking
guys,
good. I hear
have
those.
this really
things.
easy project for y'all to hang out with me on. I think he gets mad at hang too. 1, 2, 3. Look at that. Just hammer them. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
Perfect.
Okay. So git status, git add, git commit, eat Alex.js checking messages.
While you're doing that, a big shout out to Emma. Emma couldn't decide between the Twitter space and here. Yeah, the Twitter space was going really well. Really, really interesting topics. But thank you so much for joining our live stream. Really appreciate it, Emma. Any live stream, Emma, that I'm on, we can do one together. But anyone that I'm on with someone else, send me a DM and we can bring you up as a Radio Eddie guest as well.
Okay.
You're always welcome. Oh no, what happened? Oh yes, do a pull because I merged in Carl's Git pod changes.
Merge commit, isn't it?
It's fine.
No. Hate that. Save. Do a merge commit instead of rebasing. All right, so Alex is done. Caching is going to be harder. So for now, we're not going to add the feature where it deletes the message if you edit it. Instead, we want the ability for someone to configure.
That's a good point. Let's just get some issues raised so we don't forget what needs to be done. So who needs some green squares? Write in the chat, you need some green squares. And then we need an issue to say that check for message update. And if it's been updated, then remove the warning. We will need an issue to load the server's config as well.
Okay, so
is now a good place to stop? Do you want it going an hour and a half? How are you doing? You don't feel like
think we can get the command in. I would love to at least you know what, maybe not the config command. I think that's the big feature that people are going to want, so someone should make that an issue, but let me at least get the command infrastructure in place.
Okay.
npm I discord at discord.js/rest at discord.js/builders.
I don't know. I have to look those up every time. I don't know how you remember these. It's amazing.
I build a lot of Discord bots. Okay, so we are going to create a commands directory. We are going to go to we are going to go to interfaces. We are going to create a command.ts export const command export interface base command equals data is /command builder or /command subcommand command builder, and let's get rid of equal, and run equals a extended client interaction in just an interaction. No, it would be a command interaction and return nothing. Okay. Commands, beautiful. New file, help, yes, export const help as a command equals data new / command builder set name help set description don't build display of our bot run async bot interaction try catch error wait error handler bot error help command and try is going to be await interaction defer reply embed equals new message embed set title introducing EddieBot embed set description EddieBot is a bot designed to help you keep the language within your community safe and inclusive. We run on the Alex.js library with extensible options, extensive options and custom modules to allow you to configure your servers allowed language, allowed technology. Add field. How do I configure my server? Question mark. At this time, our bot is still in beta, and we are working on the configuration feature. Add field. How do I help with new features? We are completely open source. You can check out our repository at HTTPS. Let's check out bots to http://Eddie Hub Eddie bot to see what issues are available for contribution. So await interaction, edit, reply, embed. Okay. Beautiful. And that'll just send them some information to get them started. Try re-importing that. Okay, and then we need to mount an event. We need to do some stuff. Okay, so we're going to go to. We are going to go here. We are going to go to load commands.ts export. Load commands async bot int try catch error wait error where loader. All right. So So we need to, let me remember how I do this again.
This bit I'm interested in, load commands. I always, the new style, I haven't still got familiar with it. So this is really important.
Okay, so we want to const result as a command array equals nothing. Files equals await read directory from promises. I want to join from path process plus current working directory prod commands. I want to in df8. And for const file of files, we are going to do const name equals file split, grab 0, get the command as imported or dynamic import, not dynamic require, await import, and result push command name as command to return result. And specify that this returns a promise of commands. Beautiful. Okay, so we load the commands. What is it mad about? Command. Oh, that was the one character to put it over the line. Cool. I try statement to the wrong spot. Reformat. Return empty array. And we are going to go to extended client, and we are going to add commands as a command array. We're going to go to our index, and we are going to validate the env bot commands equals await load command bot. I need to pass the bot there for the error handler. That's right. Okay, and then we need to register the commands. And we are going to export const register commands equals async bot as extended client. And this is where it gets fun, because we are going to try catch error wait error handler error commands. We're going to slap a JS doc up here with a note. Big old, whoops. Big old to do. We want to be able to run this. Yeah. Okay. And we can make an issue for that if you'd like.
Sounds
okay.
good. It's another one for people to raise.
Equals, I need to import a ton of things. I need import rest from at discord.js/res. I need to import routes from Discord API types 9. Const rest equals new rest. Version is 9. And set the token as bot config token. Const command data equals bot commands. So we're going to do bot commands app command to command data to JSON, and that will give us an array if process env node env equals production.
Well, actually, I'm not checking something. Carl, you didn't remind me. We should have the map up on the screen to see if these events, when people are raising issues and pull requests, are actually coming through the API. Sorry to interrupt, Naomi. You carry on, but we wanted to test it today, and I completely forgot.
All good. So we're going to do log handler log info register commands globally. And we're going to do if, because this should be an array of that, not command dev length, log handler log one. No commands found to register early. If process is production, we are going to await rest, put routes, application commands for user ID. And the body and data. Else log handler log info edges to home build only. Best put and circle back to that because now we need to go to the ENV example. Build equals, and we need to go to our validate ENV. We also need node env equals, and that defaults to development, so we can put that in the example. Validate env or process env node env equals production, and there is no process env home guild. We don't need that if we are in production. And so now we are going to say that, actually, you know what? We are going to leave that all the time. Change my mind. I'm just going to make it required. Makes the typing a lot easier when I go here and I say config includes home guild string. To pilot, thank you. So here, routes, application, guild commands, and this time we need the bot user ID. We're going to go back here. I'm just going to do if not bot user ID. Log handler log error not register commands as bot has not authenticated to Discord.
Oh, sorry, Jay, I missed your comment. Is the main heading enough for update the documentation? Yes, that's fine. Thanks for letting me know. But before you create that issue, we need you and Naomi to do something. So Naomi, when you can stop for a break, if you could do something, and then I'll explain why, so you both appear on this real-time map that Carl built.
Yes.
But you need to opt in though first, which I'll show you how to do.
Config home guild. I've got an extra bracket there, and body is command data. And okay, now we can register commands. So let me just load that into main. We'll await the login. Then we'll await register commands. Okay. Check your thing, and then I'll test this.
Okay, perfect. So the thing that we need to do is, if you could go to GitHub organization for EdiHub and go to the support repo, and you just raise a blank issue. And the blank issue is saying you opt in to allow us to collect your GitHub activity. So go to new And Jay, if you can do this as well, anyone else, should be a type Eddie Hub API add. We should probably rename that. But the whole point is just you can leave that empty. It's optional. But just yes, this will allow you to now our API, you get added to the API, and so that way the GitHub action should run, add you, and then close it, and then now we can display you on the map. So you need to opt in for that. And so if while that's running for 2 seconds, if I bring up the map, so this is the map. Oh, you can see Emma's in. So Emma has raised an issue, and Naomi has just run some things. So Naomi should appear on the map. Or I might need to zoom out a bit because there we go.
That's not where I am, but okay.
It's taking it from your GitHub profile, so it depends on what you put in your GitHub profile.
What did I put in my GitHub profile?
Let's bring up your screen while you check. And so, Jay, if you can create that blank issue as well, and then raise your issue on the bot repo, you will.
It thinks I'm in the other Washington. Okay, fine.
I'm not the only one who got confused about this whole Washington thing. Okay, good. But yeah, Jay, go ahead and add that, and then you'll appear on the map. I might have to zoom out a little bit. No, India, I think it's just on the map now. Yeah, I can see it. It's just on the map, so you should appear on there. So yeah, we're not collecting any of your private information, just your like your stats, like how many GitHub actions you've run and how many issues you've created, just like public stuff.
All right. Anyway. So what if I go to the support repo again, and I'm going to create a new issue of other. Does all caps my location work now?
Oh, let's check. And what happens? Do you appear second time? Let me zoom out.
Yeah, do I appear? So there goes. It's running very hard.
It is. All these events are coming in. So from GitHub's webhook, they're coming in to our API. We spent hours on this yesterday on the deployment of this because of the Kubernetes cluster. You can only have one pod, otherwise the WebSocket in the map doesn't like it when the pod disappears. Another one takes its replaced. It doesn't reconnect very well. So yeah, this was quite interesting. We found a way to fix it, but we're just keeping it one pod now for simplicity. Hopefully the pod isn't getting hammered too much. But yeah, down the left, we're going to have more information. It's obviously going to scroll, and the new events appear at the top rather than at the bottom. So it's very early stages, but Carl did amazing work on the API, and this is just a very simple prototype to get it working. So, but it doesn't move you. It's something we'll have to look at. So it kind of maybe adds you a second time, or
yeah, I was going to say I might have to delete and add again. But
yeah, well, when we refresh the page, it will update. So is in all the if I refresh the page, it just starts again from the beginning as well. So let me just scroll down. So it's all Naomi still. If I refresh the page, it just resets. There you go. Someone else has just come in. There you go. There, and they're in India. Awesome. So yeah, that's it still needs some work, but it's great. Oh, there you go. Naomi's appeared. One of your issues has
yeah, it hasn't updated my location. We'll have to look into that, or it just doesn't know where I am.
No, I think also it could be that your location doesn't get updated. We have to check again. This is really early days, but it's amazing to test it out and see it working. So you just did. Thank you so much. Awesome.
Okay. I think we're ready to test it.
Let's do it.
So we're gonna go npm run build.
Hour and 50 minutes. This is awesome.
npm run start. Cross your fingers. Oh, don't cross your fingers yet. I have to take the code away and go add.
Okay, while you're doing that, I will answer Carl's question. So there's technically a patch endpoint for this to update. Okay, got you. But yeah, the webhook won't call the patch. So we might have to have a think if we can update the user's profile each time, but we don't want to get a location every time. We have to have a think. These are things we can work out as we get more people using it. Maybe like, I don't know, every 24 hours. Or someone could raise an issue that maybe says, well, next time save the user's profile again. We'll have to have a look and have a think, but something to discuss. Jay has done it now. Quickly go over. Jay has also appeared. There we go. We can see 2 people in India. Let me scroll over to that side. We will get the map to scroll over to the person who's just been added with the event. and make it more animated. But for now, we'll just keep it, doing it really simply. But amazing work, Carl. Looks good. Thanks everyone for testing. Okay, back to Naomi.
We got what we wanted, registered commands to the home guild, connected to Discord. So if we pop over to Discord, hammer that / and find Eddie testing help. Come on, any day. Why did you? Oh, I know what I forgot.
What happened?
I forgot to mount the listener. Okay, so we're going to go to our events. We're going to go to on interaction.ts export const on interaction equals async, pass the bot as a extended client, pass the interaction as an interaction. We don't know what kind yet. And we're going to say if interaction is application command, and we are going to do for const command of bot commands. If command data name equals interaction, get interaction name. Wait, command run bot interaction. That is a base command interaction. That will give us command interaction. Perfect. Command interaction, command run, break. Okay.
So I think they have made it really nice how it auto completes for the user, but I think the coding side of things is a bit more involved, like lots more moving parts.
It is, especially because you have all of the different kind of commands you can do now. So you can do / commands. You can do we can do user commands where I can see, Becca will show me this user's activity. You can do message commands where I can report them. You can do button commands. So when you click a button, that's technically a command. Drop downs, when you click a drop down, that's technically a command. It's all commands, and it all hooks on the same interaction listener. So it takes a lot of logic to kind of break those down.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty cool, but yeah, there's still like lots of extra logic. It takes a while to get used to.
I love it.
Because you're used to it. I'm thinking, oh my God, I gotta remember, if I want to add that feature, I gotta remember, to do all these different things. So let's see how it goes.
Sync interaction, await on interaction, bot interaction. And I should probably go ahead and, just to be safe, slap our error handler around this. Hatch error. Wait, not Bob. Hey, Copilot, you failed me there. Cool. Okay, so now we will try to build. Start. And Eddybot, help, go. Ta-da! There it is. And if
awesome.
I check out the bot's repository, it should take me to Eddybot.
Perfect. And remind me, I didn't see what you typed because I had a notification from the chat up. Did you do the whole help thing again? So you did /
help. Take your pick. We want Eddybot testing help. Boom.
Got you. Interesting. Another Discord question. So your logo that you've added to it, then when someone else adds it to another server, does it have the same logo, or will that take it from?
No, it will use the avatar you pick for your bot is the public avatar. It won't change. So if somebody were to invite Eddybot testing, which they won't because it's a private bot, they would have the same. So when
Makes
it's a public
sense.
bot, we'll pick a cool Eddie Hub logo to slap on there.
Got you. Perfect.
This is just, I needed my normal bot testing account is currently running something for a client to test. So I can't use that one right now. So I just made a separate one.
So that makes sense.
Okay, so back to the console, turn that off, git add, git commit.
Emma, enjoy your tea. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you in Discord. I will be trying to do some coding this weekend as well on this. I need to get tea soon as well.
Git push. Go look at our. So I think Kubernetes will break because we need to update the secrets.
Yes.
So
I won't do the deployment. I won't do the deployment now. I will. I'll probably do it after I update the config. I'll run some tests manually, make sure it's similar to what we've got now as feature wise in terms of the config, and then I'll have to make sure when I deploy it that I've got enough time to fix it. I spent like 3 hours or 4 hours, maybe a bit more yesterday trying to fight with Kubernetes and logging and other bits and pieces. So yes, I probably won't deploy it now, and I'll have to update the Kubernetes config and add secrets to the Kubernetes cluster as well. So hopefully we can get this deployed in the next few days, and then other people can start adding it to their servers as well, which I think will be super interesting. I'm keen for other people to use it straight away so we can get some feedback, because and we can move it in a direction that people want as well.
Kubernetes, perfect. Thank you, Shub Forham, for creating that. Remove warning messages, updated. Perfect.
Hopefully we've captured everything.
Is this a bot? It looks like a bot. Do I?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does look like a bot, doesn't it? But we're not using RX. What does it say? Update RxJS. We're not using it. So yeah, just say thank you.
We are no longer using RxJS in this project, and that's
the bot still gets the green square. That's the most important, right? We don't want.
I don't think it might be a bot on a user account, because it's definitely not an application.
Okay, got you.
Okay, and
logging probably was for the previous project, maybe. You removed no issue, but didn't you?
Going to close this as the current MVP includes logging. For logging, and will pipe error messages into Discord for on-platform minutes.
Because at the moment, how do we determine where it goes on Discord?
That's an environment variable. You will create a webhook and just paste the URL into the environment variable, and then the bot will handle the rest.
Sounds great. Nice.
Okay, I need an issue for commands should not be registered on start. If somebody wants to create that issue.
I probably don't have a green square for today. I might actually raise that one in particular.
Go raise that one, yes.
So that's an idea, a documentation idea, other. We probably need some other in the feature. But okay, idea. I'll do it as an idea.
All right, let me
commands.
Good old fashioned notepad.
Registered on start, did you say?
Yeah, commands should not be registered on start. And if you create that issue, I'll comment the implementation.
Done.
Okay, I need an issue for, I can zoom in on notepad. I need an issue for, did we have one for setting up the config? We do not.
I don't think we config, and we need, there's one more. Moving the config to the database as well. So we're actually loading config at the moment, but not our additional one. So yes, we need an issue for blocked words. So in addition to Alex.js, we had an issue to have it so we block additional words, like people use guys but put a Z instead of an S, or put double Z because maybe it's cooler. F knows, but they think it's cool, and I don't know, they might be tricking the bot, they might be trying to seem cool. Either way, we want to block it. So and we want to allow servers to add their own ones as part of the whole configuration part anyway, but that's a separate issue. And we'll need to do that. Also, did we have one for oh yeah, there is removing. I think there is one for removing warnings when message updated. Perfect. There's an issue for that already, so that's fine. I think those are the two at the moment. Who needs green squares? Let us know in the chat. Maybe everyone's got enough green squares already. Maybe they have.
Yes, get some green squares. We can leave this up for a little bit. Folks can go create those couple of issues. But yeah, I do think, we have been going for 2 hours. I know it's quite late for you over there. And we are at a good point where we can wrap it up, merge that, and then let folks start contributing to these new issues.
Let's do it. Let me merge it. So initial prototype, it is working, which is awesome. The deployment is still off, which is great. So I can run some extra checks, update Kubernetes before we actually do the deployment. And once that's done, that's going to be awesome. Okay. Yay. I have approved it. Let me squash that in. Here we go. Squash going in.
Oh, I need to put the issue. I said I'd leave the issue thing up and then went back to look at my screen. Whoops.
We do need to get that documentation updated as well. I think there is most of it's still relevant, just maybe the tests and the environment variables, but that can be done later on. I'm adding a second issue. Awesome. Thank you so much. Let me bring up the map, but you will still be there. And actually the list has gone off the bottom. So we need to work on that to reverse that list and have it scroll as well. But yes, this is looking good.
I think that's
a wrap. Everyone, don't forget to follow Naomi on GitHub and look at all the awesome work that she does, and on Twitter as well. Loads of advice in Twitter Spaces. Actually, I do have a Twitter Space. I forgot to publicize it earlier on today. I've created the poster and everything else, but on Sunday, it was a bit silly of me. I need to do that. I'll post it tomorrow. Twitter Space on Sunday about open source.
Oh my goodness, what time?
It will be the usual time of 5 p.m. UK time.
BST, right?
BST, that's correct.
9 a.m. my time. That is going on my calendar. I so want to come talk open source with you.
Awesome. I'm going to probably work on the title a bit, but it'll be open source, but something open source. I don't know what yet. Yes, I haven't shared the poster. So DM me, Naomi, that you can make it, and I'll add you to the poster. That will go out probably tomorrow morning.
I will DM you right now. Let me go find my StreamYard, and we will stop sharing the screen.
I've removed it already. And Jay says, excited for the community call tomorrow. Jay, thank you so much. I completely forgot. You're right. We have a community call tomorrow as well. Yes, I'm looking forward to that. We're going to discuss people's ideas about Eddie Hub community, any questions they have, career questions, Eddie Hub questions, anything like that. And people can use it to practice their public speaking as well if they want to give themselves an intro and a shout out and let us know what they're working on at the moment. So lots of exciting things going on this weekend. So thank you all so much. I will add the Twitter Space issue to the Discord events. I think I need to start using that a bit more. So thanks for everyone who reminds me to put them in there. I want to let Naomi do some last closing words, and then I'm going to get some of Naomi's links and share them in the chat as well.
Closing words, I suppose. Thank you, everyone, for coming on and geeking out with us. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, help Eddie out. And if you haven't, join our Discord. You can geek out with us 24/7. It's great.
Exactly. There's people from all around the world, all round the clock as well. So that's good. I've just shared Naomi's Linktree link, so you can get her Twitter, GitHub, all those things are there. So yes, Naomi, thank you again so much. I can't thank you enough for rewriting the bot in the new style of using the not intense. Why do I keep calling them intense?
Slash
Slash
commands.
commands. Thank you. Yeah, for geeking out with us for over 2 hours. It's great. There's lots of green squares for everybody as well to come as well. Lots of improvements. And we've got the map thing as well, which is just super exciting to see that all run through as well and actually work. So thank you so much again, Naomi. And we'll see you all in Discord. Naomi, if you can stay on for a few more minutes, I will thank you offline. Not offline, but after the live stream as
Yes,
well.
absolutely.
Thanks everyone for joining and supporting. Really, really appreciate it. Have a great weekend. Remember to get some rest. Bye, everyone.
Cheers.